all this meat around? How come they got so much meat? What is 3D printed meat?
3D printed meat uses a process called bioprinting to create meat products. It does this by layering plant-based or cell-based bioinks to mimic real meat's texture and structure, offering sustainable and customizable meat options.
Google, how long have there been 3D printed meat?
3D printed meat has been in development for about a decade, with early prototypes appearing around 2013. However, commercially available versions, including plant-based and cell-cultured options, only started appearing in the late 2010s, with sales really taking off in the early 2020s after getting the necessary approvals.
Remember I was asking how they get all this meat to stock these stores, supermarkets, restaurants, fast food chains, the little, restaurant that pop up around the corner all year long, 7 days a week, 365. I get it. There's science in the food. There's science in the meat. Because if they're 3D printing meats, what else are they doing? I'm pretty sure there's other techniques they're using to keep all these meat keep on growing. You know what I'm saying? To keep these stores stocked, shelves stocked, everybody filled up. Because I'm always wondering, how all this meat, how they got all this meat? And look at that. It's bioengineered. There's science in the food. There's science in the meat products, y'all. You see what's going on with Campbell's?
Bioengineered meat? I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Now they try to deny it, but how they gonna deny it when it's on the label? It says on the back of the label, bioengineered meat, you know what I mean? So, what's gonna happen to us people, man? What's going on? Are these even real people doing these things? Or it just come down to the all about the Benjamins? By all means, at all levels, because the powers that be are the people that's in charge. So the Food Administration approved this. Bioengineered products. Right now we're dealing with meats. The FDA approved bioengineered meat without telling the people why, because they're in charge of food. Actually, each individual each individual is in charge of the food that goes in their system, their body. What's available, they're in charge of that though. You know what I'm saying? So you have to that comes down to making that choices. It's up to you. What you gonna do, y'all? I have so much questions, but that was one of my concerns. Like, all this meat around, how come they got so much meat? Every day it's available. And at the supermarket, the shelves are stocked. Fridges are stocked. Frozen, fresh, however you like it.
Juicy sizzling steak, made by computer. While obtaining regular meat is a process that's been taking place for millennia, cow, butcher, beef, Redefined Meat, a meat alternative startup out of Israel, makes their product using a highly technical process. The mix of soy and pea protein, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeast, and coconut fat is formed into steak-like shapes using a 3D printer.
Our goal is to become the largest meat company in the world just by harnessing technology instead of animals.
Meat substitutes are not new, but unlike the soy-based crumbles that mimic ground beef, Redefined Meat's product is designed to act, taste, and cut like flank steak.
This is the holy grail of alternative meat.
But the most important part, how does it taste? This diner was happy.
The texture feels right. Even the smell. It smells like the real thing.
sell 3D printed meat in supermarkets? Corner stores?
No, 3D printed meat isn't typically available in most U.S. supermarkets yet. However, companies are working on it, and you might find it in some restaurants or specialized stores, especially in places like Singapore.
Google, do they sell bioengineered foods in the grocery stores?
Yes, bioengineered foods, or GMOs, are sold in U.S. grocery stores. You can find them in processed foods like corn syrup or in some fresh produce. Look for the bioengineered label or symbol on the packaging, or use an electronic link